Hello guys, Makeup and Young here. If you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Makeup and Young. I make videos about makeup, skincare, hair care, and then once in a while I'll throw in like a family video. But today, we're doing something that I realized I haven't really done in about a year. So today I was going over my YouTube and kind of exploring, deleting some videos I just didn't really like for the aesthetic, and I realized I haven't done a walkthrough get ready with me tutorial in a very long time. Number one, if you like walkthrough tutorials, I am sorry. I just haven't really had the time to post one. I don't have the setup really to post one. I mean, right now you're on top of some paper towels on top of a sink and I don't have any lighting. I also feel like people just have kind of grown away from walkthrough tutorials, but maybe you haven't, and so that's why we're gonna make one today. It's gonna be janky, it's not gonna be professional, but you're gonna get the idea. Now, today's tutorial actually has a theme, because this is something I've been wanting to do for a very long time this month. I want to do an all-white eyeshadow look, and I know that sounds easy, but believe me, it's not. I'm gonna have to make it match my skin tone and kind of like match my face, and for some reason I just don't see me and my makeup aesthetic going well with like an all white look because I'm always so colorful. So today we're gonna attempt it, and you're gonna get to see me either thrive or crash and burn. Now, I do have a coffee here with me. I've had maybe 2 of these today, so that's gonna be my assistant. Meet Jessica, she's my personal assistant. First things first, my hair is irritating me. As you can see, it is flat as heck right now because I accidentally brushed it after going out of the shower because I thought it would be fine if I brushed it. No, it'll still be curly when I wake up in the morning. Obviously, it's not. It is damaged because I'm not the best at making my hair look nice. So we're just gonna put it up in a ponytail and hope for the best. I say though that it has gotten so long, and this is after I cut it about 5 inches, so it used to be down to like my back. Now it's like mid-range of my back. Let's get into this. So here's the thing, I want to at least give you guys, even though I have very janky setup and bad lighting, I want to give you guys at least like some pro tips that you can take with you to your own home with your own makeup. So I will be adding some stuff like that in, and one of those things is I've noticed that my skincare has gotten so much better, so I want to share with you how I like analyze what I do with my skin before I put on my makeup, because usually the first step in doing my makeup is like picking the right products to put on my skin to prep, if that makes sense. Primers, guys. Primers and moisturizers are lit. I already have sunscreen on. I put on the Sunburn sunscreen just because I was gonna sit next to my window, and even if you wake up in the morning and you don't even leave your house, it's still good to have sunscreen on. I learned that from Hiram. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a moisturizer, but before I learn what moisturizer I want to put on, I have to feel my skin. So clean hands, and I'm just feeling around to see like what my skin feels like. I automatically feel a lot of dry patches, so I think I know what moisturizer / primer I'm gonna use. So on days that my skin is just dry but not flaky, and then also not oily, I like to go in with something that's just gonna moisturize my skin. It's not gonna go over any areas and like soften them. It's just gonna give it some hydration, and it's gonna give it some luminosity. So I'm going in with this Pretty Filter Glassy Skin Balm. This has become like an all-time favorite. It was in one of my recent videos, my favorite buys of 2020. It is amazing. I actually got it in my BoxyCharm, and I've kind of fallen in love with it overall. So I'm just gonna put this all over and really melt it into my skin for a second. I usually take a whole minute to apply my moisturizers because I really like to work them in there. And now, because my skin is pretty like dry and dull today, I'm gonna be going in with this Wonder Skin AOA Studio Illuminating Primer. It's honestly more like a wet highlighter, but I just like it because it helps my skin like look alive, especially on days like this where it's not flaky but it's still like dry and you can tell it's dry. So I'm just gonna put that a little bit all over and then work that into my skin too. So next step after skincare actually is brows. I like to do my brows first before I go in and do any type of foundation or concealer. So we're gonna do brows first. And with all my looks, I like to like think about the main concept of what I want and kind of like think out the products I want to use and how I want it to look before I execute it. And that has a lot to do with how I'm going to shape my brows, because I have one brow that is very much bushy and can be full, and then one brow that is not bushy and cannot be full. So I kind of base my looks around what I want to do with my brows that day. And today, because it's such like a white, chic look, I don't think I want big, messy brows. I think I want to do something that's like more together, a thinner line, something to correlate more with this brow, because this is my thin brow, this is my bushy brow. So I'm actually going to go in with a brow pomade instead of a pen, because I figure that pomades actually give me like the best usage of how I'm going to distribute product. I love eyebrow pencils, but they honestly make for a bushier brow, and pomades, it's just easier because, I mean, look at that tip, it's tiny. And so I'm just gonna go in and I go one swipe under my brow, and then I do one swipe under this part of my brow and then above. And that basically gives me like my outline for what I'm gonna do with the rest of my brow. So I'm gonna do that off camera because it takes a really long time, but maybe one day you'll get an eyebrow tutorial. All right, so I have this brow basically done with the pomade. It's pretty thin. I went in there super light today because I don't really want my brows to be the star of the show. They're more just to shape my face. So I went in super light. Right now I'm just filling in any cracks. If anything, I want all the like emphasis on the lower parts of my brow because I feel like those are more sculpted than the top parts of my brow. But I'm going in very gently, like I'm barely touching. I'm working with like the end of my brush too, which makes it very like light and flimsy versus going in at the, you know, very, very like tip of my brush at the head of it and like holding it. I'm going in super lightly at the edges and just kind of like more fluffing it out. Okay, both brows are done. And to me, I mean, they look pretty normal, pretty natural. They're a little cinched at the ends, but that's about it. Now we get into the part that I really want to emphasize with you guys, because the way I've been doing my makeup lately, complete 180 from what I used to do. And it is like the beginning of my face makeup. So instead of just going all in with foundation first, I'm gonna go in with concealer first, specifically just for my eyes. And normally I would go in with something that's more my skin tone, but today, because we're doing an all white eyeshadow look, I'm gonna get my lightest concealer. So I have my lightest concealer, it's this one, it's like literally stark white. And instead of putting it all over, I'm just putting it on the area that I need it, which is my eyelid. And I'm basically just using it as a primer, and I'm only putting like one dot. I'm not smearing it all over. And this is something you're gonna start seeing a lot with like how I do my makeup, is less is more lately, especially for me. I don't know why, but I just haven't been feeling the like, you know, globs and globs and globs and globs of makeup. I don't think it looks as good on me anymore. So I'm blending this out, and now I'm gonna take this side that's like clean. I mean, it's not really clean, and I'm gonna actually blend that into my skin and hope that the rest of the product soaks up. Like, I'm trying to use as little as possible to get a good base. And now I have my base. It is like stark white. And before I go ahead and do the rest of my face makeup, I'm actually gonna do my eyes first. This is another thing I've been doing. I'll do concealer like on my eyelid or primer on my eyelid, depending on what kind of eye look I'm doing. And then I do my eye makeup, and I then move into my face, because what's the point of like putting on face makeup when you might wipe it off, or like you might have to reblend it? So I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes first. So I brought out some items that I think I'm going to be using to kind of make this look come together. The first thing is I have this Baby Bat Beauty like liquid lipstick in the shade Purity. And I'm going to actually go ahead and pop that on the center of my lid. I know you're not supposed to put liquid lipsticks on your eyes, but just roll with me here, okay? Because I want the very center of my lid to be like stark white, and then coming up it to be a more nude white. And yes, there are different shades of white. So I'm just gonna pop this on And then I'm also gonna put it like at the very outskirts of my under eye. Now I'm gonna take this mini blender that I think is from Real Techniques, and I'm just gonna work that into my skin. Same concept, kind of like you're doing like a concealer. I already kind of have that like gradient going as the base. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna work with my most neutral shadows and then move into like my white shadows. So not a sponsor of this at all. I'm just trying to use it because I'm trying to get rid of it. But this is the Morphe Jeffree Star collab palette. I bought it back when I was supporting Jeffree Star, but I'm gonna go in with Lynn and I'm gonna use that more towards like the tops of my lid. Probably like up here, kind of more closer to my brow bone. So I'm just gonna work that in. And I'm trying to work it in right above the crease. And it's less of a blending and more of like a tapping on motion. And then I'm going to bring it out here. I want a very like round look for this. I want it to look very faded. Now that I have this more like natural white, I'm gonna move into a different palette. This is the Pastel Pup palette, and I'm gonna be moving into the shade Saddleback. This isn't like as much of a packing brush as it is like a very small blending brush. And I'm gonna move that into the center of my eye. And do you see like the difference between those whites? Like one is a like neutral white, one is like a straight up, like this is powder, baby powder white. Now that I have that white shade packed onto the center of my lid, I'm gonna move into the same shade, but this time I'm using my fluffy brush from before, and I'm gonna kind of connect the dots at the very center of my lid, if that makes sense. Like we're just moving in on my crease. The whiteness has merged. So I don't know if you can tell in this lighting, but I've kind of brought them both together. And at this point, this is where we're starting to get kind of fun. We're going to get a little fun, right? So now I want to emphasize my lid even more by going in with some sparkles and glitters. I'm picking up the Morphe palette and I'm getting Welcome, which is this like stark white, and I'm taking this very fluffy brush. This is actually from Luxie. It's their small tapered blending brush. I'm using it as a highlight. And I'm just gonna go in and go into my inner corner and really like highlight her up, because I really like inner corner highlight. And now I'm gonna take this shade. It's one of the like loose glitter pigments from Nema. And I'm gonna actually take it with my finger, a clean finger, and I'm gonna tap it into the center of my lid. So I'm gonna pick up a little bit and I'm just gonna tap. I'm gonna tap it on there. Now we're gonna top it with this. It's the Kimchi Beauty Diamond Shards in World Dominance, which is, of course, the color that I picked out. Why would I pick out any other color? I actually also have their black one, but this one is like my favorite. And we're gonna go in and put that right on top of where I put the Nema Beauty pigment. We've made it this far. I need some coffee. This one is really good. This is the peppermint mocha from Pete's Coffee. But we're about midway, and here's the thing. I want this to be like a wearable look. I don't want this to be like a look with a lot of like little, I don't know, snowflakes on them, right? I want this to be something that I would normally wear out. Well, I also wear snowflakes out into public, not gonna lie, but I want this to be something I can wear to work, right? So I'm actually gonna go ahead and do black eyeliner instead of blue or white, which I was originally gonna do. So I'm gonna take this. This is like my famous NYX black liner. I've never seen a better eyeliner than this, so if there is one, please tell me, but I'm gonna stick with this for now, and I am gonna kind of look at the eye that I wanna do. So if you don't know, I complain about my eyes a lot, and that is because they are not the same size. They are not the same, like, they're not the same. My eyes are not the same. And I also have really small eyes, so instead of like my eyes going straight out or like downwards, they kind of like, they go down and then the curve kind of comes like up here, And that's just not a good eye look. So I like to try and like emphasize my eyes either by going up a little bit more or by just like stopping the eyeliner here, because if I don't, it literally just looks droppy and down and gross. So I want to try and do like an exaggerated eye. So I'm going to try something that I've seen other YouTubers do. And it's like you go straight and then you just kind of curve up at the very end, if that makes sense. You'll see it in the video. Instead of just going straight up like a fox eye, which I hate those, you go down and then like come up. So let's try it. So I'm gonna start here and I'm gonna go down, right? I'm gonna go down. Like that. Is that? I feel like it's still so droopy. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna see if I can fix it. Okay, you see what I mean? Like when I'm looking and my eyes are tense when I'm doing my makeup, it's like fine. But then when I drop my eyes down, it's like, it dips in. It's like a little dip. It's like sad and droopy. So I'm gonna try and bring it up a little bit more and see if I can work with it. Let's see what I can do to fix it. Maybe that's better. I see the line I want to go with, but I just brought it so far out that I want to just like cut it. This is why I don't do the face makeup until I do the eyeshadow. It's literally just because my eyes are so bad at doing eyeliner. I am very good at eyeliner. My eyes are not good at doing eyeliner. Like I can do eyeliner on anyone else. On myself, it's gone. I'm going to try doing the other eye and then I'm going to try and fix this. I do not think you understand the stress that I just went through in the last 30 minutes to get this even. Oh my goodness. Okay, they're relatively even and we're gonna move on because I just spent like an hour wiping off my makeup, redoing it, wiping it off, redoing it. We're gonna continue on onto the lower lashes. So just for fun, we're gonna add a pop of color. I'm using Ice Cap right here in the Menagerie Pastel Put Palette, and I'm using a big fluffy brush because we still haven't done our base yet, so we can lightly tap this on and kind of like fan it out under, and then a little bit under my actual like eyeliner too. Now we're going to add our pop of color, which is Snowball, in the same palette, and I'm literally gonna pick it up with my finger and tap it into the center right here. So I popped in my mascara and I kind of washed up like around my cheeks and got all the fallout off. So now we're gonna move into my face. I really don't wanna do anything super crazy. I'm gonna do a very light base because my eyes are pretty extravagant today. So we're gonna start off with this Rare Beauty foundation, and I'm just gonna take one little swipe and then, oh, that was a lot. And then I'm gonna try and pick some up from this side, put it on this side, and then a little bit on my forehead. Boop, 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 boop. And then I like to do one kind of like near my neck because I do have redness on my neck. That's it. Like it should be like one insertion. And now I'm gonna go ahead and blend that in with a wet beauty blender. I am now one color. I am now a blank canvas. Now at this point, I like to look at myself and kind of evaluate. My skin, looking in the mirror, looks completely fine. So I'm not gonna add concealer. I don't think I need it. If anything, I think I need bronzer because I'm not completely sure I'm matching my skin tone right now. So we're gonna move on to bronzer. And that's kind of just what I've been doing lately, is like add a little bit. If I want more, I'll add more, and then work from there. I've been trying to be very minimal with what I put on my skin, and I think it's helped my skin a lot. Now, because I have like blue and white on, I want to work with a cooler tone of bronzer. So I'm picking up my Ace Beauty Bronzed in Paradise palette because these bronzers are very much cooler toned. And I'm picking up a big fluffy brush because I don't want to do like etched out jaws. I want something that's kind of all over bronzeness. So I'm gently dipping this in, like lightly tapping, and I'm gonna do a little bit here, a little bit here, and then a little bit on my temples, and just kind of like work from there. So I'm starting, and if I need more, I'll add more. And I'm doing kind of a big circular motion because I do have pretty big cheeks, and I'm moving that along my jawline, kind of like gradienting it out, if that makes sense. So starting here and then kind of like working more down towards like my cheeks. Like that, a little bronzing it up. Now for my cheeks, I'm gonna go in with a very cool toned red blush, and I'm gonna use a giant, like very loosely built fluffy brush so that I don't pack on too much product. This is the Autobomb Girl Power blush in the shade Bourbon, and I'm literally gonna just boop, that's it. Like, I'm gonna kind of build from there. Like, do you see how pigmented that is? We're gonna build off of that. Even that might be a bit much. I'm gonna kind of move that onto my nose too. And then same thing, boop, and move it onto my other cheek. And I'm just kind of like evenly distributing that as much as I can, because I don't want like this bright blush. I love blush, but not a giant brick of it for this look. Not for this look. Our eyes are the main focal point. I think that's kind of pretty. All right, a little bit of highlight. Going in with the Kavaz Fairy Dust highlight in Moonlight, because it is like another, I mean, it's a little bit, I guess, like darker-ish, but it's a pretty light, stark white highlight. And I'm going in just like at the highest point of my cheeks. I'm not trying to bring it too far down here or too far down here. I'm kind of trying to keep it right here and at my nose, boop, boop, boop. And I'm also trying to really blend it in too. We don't like stark lines on this channel. Unless it's eyeliner. If it's eyeliner, make it a line. If it's anything else, blend it out. Blend it out just a little bit. To finish, I want to do a very neutral lip, so I'm going in with this Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the shade Seductress. I think I got this from one of my friends. I don't remember buying this. I'm pretty sure someone gave this to me. Guys, I think this look is so pretty. I'm actually really impressed with how it turned out. Not impressed, but I really like it because this is the first time I've like spent time in front of a camera doing my makeup, and I think it turned out pretty cute. I am gonna add a little bit of lip gloss. This is the Glam Light in Horchata. I'll add a little bit of that. That is so cute. Who are you? Why are you so cute? Oh, I love it. All right, well, wow. So this is the full look and I love it. I think this is so cute. Oh my goodness. I really hope you liked this video. I know it was a very quick tutorial. It was very messy, very sloppy, but I hope you enjoyed it. All right guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you so much for looking at my channel. If you have any other makeup videos you want me to do, please let me know. If you have any other makeup looks you want me to try, let me know. Comment down below, DM me, and while you can, subscribe to my channel and leave a like at this video if you like this. If not, let me know what you do like. Leave it down below. I want to do what you guys want to see. Alright guys, with all that being said, thank you so much. Please subscribe or watch another video of mine. If you want, you can even do both. I think that would be awesome. Thank you guys so much and have a good day. Bye! Adios!